I don't even know what day it is. Okay, howdy fellow Shadow Priests. Today is Tuesday, May 20th, and we have just logged on the MOP beta. There's going to be some live PvP testing Thursday, the 22nd, so I'm kind of setting my character, priming my brain for MOP. We're going to go over all the fun, fancy new spells, what's changed about the mechanics from not only Kata Classic to MOP, but also just what's different from retail to MOP. And just cover kind of the basics of Shadow Priest rotational abilities and utility. Just kind of look over all these talents and explain fun ways to use them and just things to be excited about, because this is a really fun expansion. I played, just a little background, I played Shadow Priest every season in MOP. I got Gladiator every season back in the day when it wasn't just 2400 and you get a cool mount that no one ever cares about. It was hard, man. It was fun. It was some hard games, and Priests are really good. There's a lot of different comps you can play. It's a really cool way to play, I think. So let's go ahead and just look at this little tab here. It says what has changed. This is funny. It gives you this brief synopsis. Many old talents have become specialization spells, so they've kind of pruned the talent tree. You know, you're no longer like spending like 60 talent points to just kind of give you like a little beep bop boop Tetris thing here. Shadow orbs are now consumed by Devouring Plague. This is the biggest thing. So instead of being able to just apply Devouring Plague as a very powerful, like mana expensive dot, you will generate Shadow Orbs by casting Mind Blast and Shadow Word Death. I believe that's right. So if you just like go over to your little Shadow Orb thing here, generated by Mind Blast and Shadow Word Death, used to cast Devouring Plague and empower Psychic Horror. So the other note there is Psychic Horror is no longer a 90-second cooldown with just like a CC or a disarm. Now it's also going to require you to have your Shadow Orbs, so you can't just Psychic Horror right off the bat. You need to generate some pressure with some orbs. And I believe, does it not disarm anymore? I think it doesn't. Yeah, it does. It still disarms. So if you do a 1 orb Psychic Horror, you can get the full duration of a disarm for appeal. However, you won't get the stun to keep someone in place. Like when you're playing a comp like God comp and you're lacking stuns in certain comps, like say you're playing like Arsham, Mage, Spriest, you don't have a lot of stuns in that comp, so you'll want to use your orbs more for stun rather than damage. You have plenty of damage coming from Mage, so kind of shifting more into like a utility role there with that comp. But however, if you're playing with a rogue and you don't really need to like stun lock someone, you can just slam like a couple Mind Blasts in the beginning of the game, maybe a little Shadow Word Death activity, and you will get you'll get your Shadow Orbs, and you can use Devouring Plague as a big point spender. I don't remember using like a lot of 2-point Devouring Plagues. I remember really wanting to save for that 3. And you can see it gets all glowy and fun, and that's going to do pretty solid damage. So let's just keep putting spells on our bar and talking about what else is different. We have Mind Spike still from Kata. Mind Spike is in retail as well, so we should be familiar with that spell. It does clear your dots off. However, we're going to talent into this thing called From Darkness Comes Light. And this is essentially going to give us a 20% chance to get an instant Mind Spike. You might remember this from like Shadowlands as well. I think this is very similar. And it won't clear your dots off if you have that VT up. So let's go ahead and just put VT on our bar so I can get some Mind Spike procs and show you what this looks like. Should get like a little glowy thing on our screen. If not, we might have to download like a weak aura. So there we go. Instant Mind Spike hit for 42k. If I do it without the proc, it's going to hit for 28k. So not only is it giving you the instant proc, it's giving you more damage. We're not going to be as mana starved in this expansion, so you can really feel free to multi-dot as much as you want. Really nice quality of life change that we don't have to be like mindful of our mana spending at all. Put Shadow Word Pain on my bar as well. Shift 3 is my Shadow Word Pain. There we go. Slowly putting stuff on my bar here. Other notes for mobility, like one thing that really bothered me about Kata is although we can fade out of slows, we're so slow, man. But check this out. I'm gonna put a feather down and look at this panda. Look at my panda jumping with glee. I'm so fast. So I played feather a lot. You still have the option of playing Fade to take out the slows, but I feel like if you play with like a Pally or any class that has a freedom, or if you just get dispelled, this feels more impactful to me personally. You can do this for your teammates as well. Very, very fun mechanic. I really enjoy this. It's better than Body and Soul. Body and Soul, you know, you're going to be limited by that 15-second Weaken Soul debuff there. Angelic Feather, you can just kind of like chain feathers, and another really cool way to combo this is if you have Spectral Guise, this talent right here is like a vanish for us. So it's a little bit slow to initiate, but say someone's casting a Cyclone, you can Spectral Guise it, and now you're in stealth, and look at, dude, where'd the panda go? Where'd the panda go? Where'd the panda go? And then you come out, boom, full fear. It's so sick. I love it so much. There's a lot of fun things we can do this expansion. Coming down to power infusion, I think this is new to Shadow Priest in MOP from Kata. You have it in retail, very similar. Obviously, you don't have the like giving your teammate PI gives you PI thing. I think you can only give yourself PI as well. It says infuses the priest, increasing spell haste by 20% and damage. I didn't know it increased damage. That's good to remember. So kind of all getting a refresher here. I also remember playing Halo a lot. This is really fun in the beginning of the arena. You can like shoot out this big ray that can knock people out of stealth. It's gonna do damage and healing. Kind of just a utility spell. It does break CC, so just heads up with that. Kind of add that into your burst rotation after you've done your mind spikes and your mind blast and DPs and all that stuff. I think some of this stuff might be good too. I kind of remember like switching between stuff. Yeah, now we have no freedom, but we have feather, so it's kind of fun though. But this is sick. I like this. A lot. Can also disperse a slow, cancel it, feather, and you're gone. Put Shadow Fiend in my bar already. Oh, another fun thing I didn't mention yet is our utility spells such as Palm and Renew do not take us out of Shadow Form and Life Grip. We can use all these spells and stay in Shadow Form. The only thing that's going to take us out of Shadow Form now is Flash Heal or Resurrection. If you're going for a res in Arena, be careful because you'll drop Shadow Form. You'll have to bounce back in. We still have Fear Ward, which is nice, kind of more utility, preventing CC on our healer, on ourself, on our DPS, however you want to do it. I usually have a keybind for myself, my healer, and my DPS. Inner Fire and Inner Will. There's not a lot of practicality of using Inner Will because you're going to get 10% spell power from Inner Fire and armor. Maybe the only thing you'd want to use is if like you're really struggling, like getting a fear on an enemy spell cleave, you can pop that on, but otherwise kind of stay in that one mode. Hymn of Hope. This is going to be mostly just, yeah, getting your mana back to your team if you need. I don't remember mana being like a huge issue in a lot of games of MOP, but we'll see how that pans out. I'm sure things will be different this time around. Still have Shackle Undead. That was my Shackle Undead key. Divine Focus. Ooh, reduces pushback suffering from any cast while the priest is casting a spell by 70%. Love that. Just looking at all these passives too to kind of refresh our memory of what's going on here. Mastery, Shadow Recall gives your shadow damage a 23.2% chance to deal damage twice each time they deal damage. Whoa. What? I don't remember that. You have Hit from Spirit. Hit cap's really easy to get in MOP. I don't even remember what it is, but we'll figure that out. I'm also streaming right now, so I'm gonna look at the chat here. Do we think SP is gonna be fun in MOP? I'm not sure if I'll give it a shot, although God Comp looks sick as fuck. It's super fun. At the end of this once I'm almost done going over talents, and then we're gonna look at some MOP gameplay from Shadow Priest POV and see what it's like. It is super fun, super fun. Another thing I didn't mention, the first little tree right here, obviously, Fiend. Dude, this thing is crazy. You literally summon a little fear bot that starts spamming fear on the nearest enemy, and you can shield it as well. I remember one of the first videos I've lit off my YouTube channel was a video of me life swapping my Fiend, and obviously in Arena, you life swap your teammate, they go down to 20%, then everyone instantly swaps to them, and you can like die that way too. You swap your rogue, he has no trinket, he gets stunned and dies, feels bad. But I remember swapping my Fiend in an Arena and then making a video about it, and then it getting nerfed the next day. So the latter can thank me there. Anything I didn't go over, if anyone has mentioned in the chat, we'll see, but otherwise we'll hop into some gameplay and see what it looks like. Since the PvP beta will be live on Thursday, I won't be able to do Arena in this video, but we'll look back at some throwback videos from when I first started making. You can't swap as SP. Is that true? I don't believe that's true. I feel like that's not true. Divine Light is probably better than PI, Divine Insight. Yeah, this is going to give you an instant Mind Blast. I do remember switching these talents around. I feel like I also played Twist of Fate though. In 5.4, Life Swap doesn't work for PvP. Okay, so you're saying I don't need a Life Swap keybind? Dude, that's crazy. I don't remember that at all. Okay, so you don't even need to keybind Void Shift. Let's just think about using this in like RBGs or something, or can't even use it in RBGs. Vampiric Embrace is pretty similar to retail as well. It's just to cool down whenever you're bursting, like throw it up and do some extra healing for your team. Apparitions. Nothing you can really do to influence that other than Shadow Word Pain. Shadow Word Death. Let's see. You can only use it when someone's below 20% health. This makes like deathing sheeps impossible in this expansion. I don't think you can death CC, which is kind of annoying. But this thing's below 20%. I'm not even taking damage, so yeah, you can't. I just double death and it only gave me 1 shadow orb. Anyone see that? DP, if I should death again, I should get another orb, right? I guess the second one doesn't give you. Oh, the additional death does not give you a shadow orb. That's so toxic. Okay, we're learning. We're learning. Everything is new. Oh, we still have Mind Seer as well, so you can use this to like knock people out of stealth and such too. I don't even know. Yeah, I'm gonna set my binds up later. All right, let's check out some videos, man. Let's check out some videos. YouTube.com/stopsp. So we'll have to look for season 15 for the most accurate gameplay because there have been patches. So you can go over here to youtube.com/stopsp, and if you go to videos, you can sort by oldest, and you'll see like MOP Shadow Priest 2400 plus. This is going to be season 12, so that's not going to be what we want. We're going to want to find like the last videos of MOP. Season 13, that's not what we want. Season 15, high rated mage. Here we go. Anything after this is going to be good. I played a lot of mage and MOP too. So last game's of MOP. I think I have some shadow in there too. So we'll find. This is Shadow Priest season 15 content, so let's check this out. I'm gonna mute just for copyright purposes, but Shadow Priest / mage. So let's see, I'm playing FPS. I use my orb for CC there, and we get a spirit link, trinket spirit link from the shaman. That's so funny, I remember these names too. Wall the Bear. Mind Flay. We're training the shaman. Double Fear. No cover. Wow, incredible lack of cross CC from our team here. I was hoping for the pounce. There we go. Get a pounce. Siphon goes down and refears the feral that gets dispelled. Pop a halo. I'm actually bro. I was gonna say I don't remember going in MOP. This is crazy. Devouring Plague, 2 orbs, disperse in. Oh, big kill, big kill, big kill. Yeah, I was playing Divine Insight there. You can see I had Divine Insight. This is mage, so we'll skip over mage. I'm playing with WizK though. That's Spriest champ is WizK. So back in the day, I was a mage and WizK was a Shadow Priest. That's crazy. The more you heal and the more you purge faster you. I think healing more so than purging for sure. Okay, here's more Shadow Priest. This is a very common comp to play is a Feral Shadow Priest. So we have the little opener here. I just love showing the CC. We have double capstone and stun on the ret. This is a really good team. Zev, Jet Noob, and Hirako back in the day. So 3 orb. Look at the burst though here. Let's just play it again. We have just talk about my rotation. So we have full dots. I'm gonna cast Mind Blast while we have the triple CC. Mind Blast, Devouring Plague, and I have my instant Mind Spike procs as well. Look at that. I've 2. We have a lot of instants. So we have instant Mind Spikes, instant Mind Blast. I had just used my 3 orbs. I'm already back to 2. So I use that CC. I stun the priest, and then we get a clone out of it. And then I brought my Siphon down to spam peel them, and I'm also standing on priest to fear him here. This is a really fun comp. You have lots of CC. In season 15, I would definitely recommend trying out this comp. Still have Master Spell as well. Didn't mention that. PI does just get purged. Yeah, anytime you're playing like a mage or something, it's kind of a garbo. You don't have a lot of trash debuffs. Here's an RPS game. Playing with Improve and Jax. This is a really good team. Back in the day, Kitty Cleave, very popular in Kata, also very popular in MOP. So you can see I'm supporting with Palm. Then we're gonna make a big swap onto this Pally, 3 orbs. Kind of like in the same way when you're playing a Warlock in Kata. Look at that swap, dude, that's fucking crazy. When you're playing a Warlock in Kata, it's like you always swap healer when you have Soul Swap. In MOP, it's like you swap healer when you have 3 orbs. You have 3 orbs, or even if you have 2, you just like swap with a Mind Blast and then, yeah, full dots, Halo, Mind Spike, really good burst there. Full Fear, MLS is really good too, Mage Warlock. It is nice having the instant cast though, because you can just kind of throw your dots up and then you'll have procs like there. I get instant Mind Spike, instant Mind Blast, and then a death, and then a death. So that's like all 4 instant cast damage spells that actually deal damage. In retail, you know, Shadow or Death seems like it heals people, so. Tal playing Insanity instead of any class. I do remember playing I have a video of me playing Mindflay Insanity 2 when it first came out. It's really strong. So Mindflay Insanity, instead of From Darkness Comes Light, Solace and Insanity, yeah, it's gonna make your Mindflay almost like more like a Void Torrent, kinda. So we get a really nice setup on this Warlock here. I disarm the Shaman, and then 360 Mind Spike, dude! Big crits, big crits. Zoom in on the crits. This is so sick. I love watching this stuff. So we're all learning. This is just making this video in general is getting my brain primed for MOP. A little bit of Mage Windwalker here, playing with one of the best players of all time. Balance Rexar, man. Steve, he was a legend. I'm playing with a Wealthy Man in this video too, bro. I'm playing with WizK and the Wealthy Man. That's how fucking dated I am. Like, playing with these youngsters, and now they're out there winning tournaments and shit. Okay, so yeah, let's just watch this one and see what's happening. Playing against LSD, this comp's super annoying. This comp's super annoying. I remember this is like so AIDS for God comp. We get a full ring. Deep doesn't deal with the ring anymore. We love that. Keeping damage up. You have to have like really good offensive pressure. I feel like, oh, we overlap. Psychic Core is so tragic, but full fear here, full fear here. We win. Yep. Very nice, very nice. WPS, another super fun comp, so getting dots out everywhere. Dude, this is so sick. This is so sick. This is so sick. We're gonna be playing MOP Shadow Priest in 2 days. 2 days we're gonna be playing this. We'll see what it's like because it's season 15 patch, but season 12 gear. Look at that. Look how quickly dude, I'm like, they're going Sham, they're going Sham. Look, he gets deep frozen right here. MD'd the second it comes off, man. Right before I get feared too. I literally MD'd right before the fear hit me. You know they're salty about that. They're salty about that for sure. I love this UI too. I think I want to play more simple like this. Like no weak orders, just interrupt bar, Gladius, and PvP, man. That's what it's all about, dude. Alright, that's enough nostalgia. We're at 17 minutes on the video. I don't know if there's anything I didn't mention, but just comment, man. Comment, join the Discord. We'll talk about things. I'll make some PvP gameplay as soon as I'm out there in arena. Like I legit didn't know that you couldn't live swap. That's absolutely crazy. Check out the YouTube. Check out the Discord. Oh yeah, Glyphs. I didn't mention Glyphs. Very good. We'll have to see what I was playing before, but I feel like Dispersion is pretty good. Inner Fire is more armor. That's like good against cleaves, right? Mass Dispel, yeah, you probably want that for like... You can swap Glyphs in arena too, right? Dispersion is bad? Okay, fine, bro. Dispersion is bad. Ron Wilson says, fuck Dispersion. You're successful in non-instant mind spikes, reduce the casting time. I don't know about that one, maybe. How about Psychic Core though? 10 seconds? Well, you don't really use it too much. Played Palm. The MOP PvP beta comes out in 2 days. Just for someone asking to stream. I think you could probably move things around. Shadow Death can now be cast at any time. Palm and Fade for sure. Okay, he's saying Palm and Fade. 10% damage. Yeah, I guess it depends what you're playing, right? Because you can you swap Glyphs in Waiting Room? This is the beta, yeah. Well, we'll figure out the Glyphs. I honestly don't know what is best yet. Kind of probably depends on what you're queuing into. You can swap Glyphs in Arena, yeah. Yeah, so in God Comp, like I said, if you don't have a stun, you'll want to use Psychic Core more often off of a deep freeze. There's a lot of stuff to do. Inner Sank, Inner Fire, and Fade from Ron Wilson. This guy, he knows his shit, bro. Inner Fire, Inner Sanctum, Fade. Well, we'll go over all that stuff once I understand a little bit more about the game, but for right now we're just looking over the spells and testing it out. But thank you guys for watching. Shout out to everybody in the stream chatting it up, and we'll see you in 2 days.